Hello? I think we're live.
Hello everyone, GM.
GM. Sota, Maarten, you guys there? Sota, how's your mic working? Try now.
Okay, I can. Yes, good. Easy.
Hello Sota, how are you today?
Busy. I wanna sleep.
It's a big day.
Big day.
I think the whole community
Yeah.
wants to sleep. It's been very...
Maarten, I cannot.
Yeah. 1 second, Maarten. Let me try unmuting you. Try now.
Okay, can you hear me now? No?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah? Okay, GM. Hey, cool.
GM. I have the ultimate power. I can just mute you guys. I don't know why you guys can't do this.
You give the power to the wrong kind of guy. So
I think so. The one who just woke up and is catching up. That's why I'm having the community call. Okay. Let's get started because I want to make sure we have time at the end. And throughout the call to take questions, just have discussions. So thank you everyone for joining this call. We're live. Today, this call is about Astar Evolution. It's a two-phase step. First, achieve our mission of connecting you to Web3. And today we've announced phase one of that. And that's really going to be what it is. But before I present the agenda, I just wanted to get maybe a sense of let's start with Sota. How are you feeling today? Like after the big announcement? This has been like 2 years in the making.
Yeah, it has been a busy day, but it is definitely a wonderful day for me. I think this is a very important moment for entire Web3 space because we opened a new chapter. So far, Web3 is like a small world. And when we say GM, it stands for Good Morning, which represent underground culture of the Web3. But after Sonium, GM stands for Go Mainstream. Go Mainstream means onboarding a mainstream business into Web3. So I think we opened a new chapter, and we are proud of this. And by leveraging Sony's product distribution channel, I would like to onboard the next billion people on chain. So I'm super excited for this. But at the same time, this is day one. So we needed to make it possible, and we would like to work with our community together to make it happen. So there is no competition. So there are a lot of collaboration. So all people in a Web3 space is the colleague, partner. Then let's make it happen. Let's bring the power of the Web3 into the mass.
100%. And I think, we won't reveal it here, but over the next weeks, there's a ton of partnerships that share the same vision. And we'll be sharing that over this bit. So there's already things being planned. Maarten, how are you feeling?
Good. I think I have the similar feeling as Sota that sleeping is very, very welcome. My day started at 2:30 a.m. this morning. Exciting time because I'm in Europe, and the announcement was planned to go out 1 p.m. GST Japanese time. So we want to prepare well, and everything went very smooth, even better than expected. And I think this is part of the great team that was behind this. But my main role here today is talk about Astar itself. I'm leading the Astar Foundation, and it's not about that much about Sonium, but it's also more about Astar and how this phase one, or that we are now going to present, really will bootstrap or bring a lot of value toward the current Astar community. We're saying phase one, but actually before this phase, there was already like a phase 0. This is where the Astar Foundation was combined in under the Startail umbrella. and where we are joining forces together with more engineers and a much powerful group of people with more experience to not only share this experience in their protocol that they are building, but like sharing it in the whole team, like helping each other lift up with their growth. And I think this is something that I already see as well in the improvement points in Astar, the people who are focusing on the Astar Foundation. So that's great to see. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we'll use the deck there. G, how are you feeling? The last bit, because it's community. I know, Maarten, you talked a lot about the what was it, like the new expertise and development, and like we can really build this out with Startail and all that. But something I've already seen that Astar has a strength is community, like a Web3 community. This idea is just a foreign concept to any sort of like Sony. This is very unique for us. So how's the community feeling, G? And how are you feeling?
Well, it's been a really long morning. Like Maarten, I'm in Europe, so I woke up at 2 a.m. to be prepared for this. But I'm so excited that we can finally reveal this huge announcement for the Astar community. It's been like months we are working on it, and months I'm trying to not say anything to the Astar community, and finally we can reveal this. So it's a new chapter in the Astar ecosystem journey, and I'm again like super excited for this. And it's again like a thing we can finally accomplish because of the support of the community that we have been we had for like so many years. So we are again like really grateful for the community that we have and your trust in us as well.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm the same way. I was up last night with you guys, and I went to sleep, and I woke up more excited than I was last night. This has been like 2 years in the making. I won't take away from you, Sota, because I know you'll present some of your journey. But to see from 2 years first talking with Sony and now actually doing something with Startail and Astar, yeah, that's exciting. So I'm like joyful, excited, a mix of positive emotions here, which is great. Okay, let me present this slide so we can get through these. Let's get started. There we go. So I'll just go over the agenda of what we'll cover. And at any time, please leave your questions. I already see questions coming in. G and myself will bring it up during the call. So the agenda, this is mostly what we'll be covering. First, the history of Astar, looking back at where we started and where we're at today. Explaining to everyone on the call what Astar Evolution Phase 1 is. What is Sonium and how that fits into the evolution of Astar. The new benefits that we can have in the Astar ecosystem, and more importantly, the community. And addressing one of the questions I already saw, what does that transition process look like for the Astar ZK side to Sonium? And then something that I don't really want to forget, the roadmap for Astar Network and how that future looks like with Sonium. And we'll save room for Q&A. But at any point in the call, if we see a great question, we'll bring it up. So please share in the comments how you're feeling and any questions you have. So I'll start with the Astar history. I think Sota, if you could maybe explain where Astar started and where we're headed, that would be great.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So we started Astar Network back in 2019 when I was a researcher of the blockchain at the University of Tokyo. And at that time, our community was super small. So there are a lot of the community question, and I answered one by one by myself every day and every day and every day. Excuse me. And we joined Polkadot because Polkadot was a small community which can be bigger in coming months. And then we became our largest parachain in the Polkadot ecosystem. And we raised 20 million, 30 million from Polychain, Coinbase, Binance, these kind of the people and the company. And we expanded our team. And back in 2023, January, and we created a starter lab. The reason is Astar Foundation is a foundation that aims to do decentralization, aims to make a decentralized community. So Astar Foundation cannot directly work with Sony, cannot directly work with Samsung, or maybe cannot directly work with any specific company. So we created a starter lab to boost the ecosystem, to push the Web3 ecosystem forward. And we received initial seed fund. Starter Lab received a seed fund from Sony, and we created a joint venture. And we launched Sonium today. It takes 1.5 years since I started the conversation with Sony, but this is still day one for us because right now only 3% or maybe less than 3% of the people are using blockchain today. This is a very small amount. And right now, industry is a little bit stagnating because new blockchain is launched and liquidity comes from one chain to another chain, and a new chain is launched and liquidity comes here to there. It's like a zero-sum game. So we need a new narrative. DeFi was great, NFT was great, and ETF is also great. But we need a new narrative to make Web3 mainstream in a society. So our mission is Web3 for billion from day one. To realize this, we align Astar, align with Sonium, and achieve this mission. And I think this is the right choice. And I would say, subjectively speaking, I think this is the largest opportunity, and it was the largest announcement in the Web3 space in this year. If we could leverage existing business distribution channel and the existing general people, I mean users, potentially we can reach billions, at least millions. So I'm really excited about this opportunity. And that's why I feel the responsibility too. Because we are not working hard only for Astar or only for self-profit. We are working really hard for Astar, but also for the society and this industry. So we are very proud of this.
Yeah, thanks.
Well
Maarten?
said.
Yeah.
No,
Go ahead,
Well,
Mark.
well said. And I will not go over the full history. Sota did like already an excellent job, but let me just highlight 2024, what we did here, or maybe at the same timing, actually, like in 2023, where we announced as well our partnership with Polygon to move to the L2 landscape. And as you can see in 2024, in March, we launched our layer 2 Astar CKEVM. This was built on the Polygon CDK, where we had a great time with the Yoki Origin campaign, but now we are coming into a phase where the Astar journey on the L2 will become even more exciting. And this is where the Sonium L2 comes into play, which we will discuss in the evolution phase 1. But the history of Astar, what we wanted to highlight with this is not something that has been built up for the last years, but like really since 2019. So it already has been a very long journey, and we are still here. Like the team that is currently building out the whole starter is a team that also, or some of them were there as well in 2019. I think it's me, Sota, and some other people, and this is where everything already started. And by doing all those smart choices over the last couple of years, this is where we are today, 2024, coming in with a big bang, or launching a big bang today with the Sonium L2. This is something that wasn't possible if we didn't have the experience of Astar. It wasn't possible if we didn't have the experience of this Web3 and blockchain industry. This was possible through hard work with the whole team to come where we are today. And Astar is a key partner in the success that we are now finally seeing in this industry, with having the biggest enterprise or global enterprise in the world that is well known to join us in the mission of bringing Web3 integrated in those global big companies as Sony itself. So I'm very excited about this and looking forward for the rest of this call as well. Thank you, Jerad.
Thank you for going over the history. Yeah, and something I've seen is this history is really proof of why, together with Startail and Sonium, Astar has the most experience in Web3, is what I'm noticing. The team has grown bigger and bigger, but it all started with Astar, and that experience is being brought forward with Sonium. Obviously, there's other things that we'll discuss that'll grow the ecosystem, but just to achieve this larger mission, you need this history here. Okay. So let's move on to just explaining what today's all about. Astar Evolution Phase 1, Fuel into Future, and the growth of Astar and its assets. So Astar Evolution Phase 1 is a connection between Astar and Sonium. I'd like to start here. We have some bullet points that we'll go over. Maarten, if you could lead this, that would be great. And then Sota, of course, just hop in whenever you have something to add.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Well, the first bullet point is already covered, and this is that Astar itself has already been committed to connect Web3 to the masses, to a lot of people. We really want to bring this technology to a real use case in the current society. And this is something which everybody in the current Astar Foundation team and startup team is very passionate about. It's not crypto, but it's blockchain technology and what it can bring to the global society and to everybody out there as well. So Astar has always been committed to this mission, and with this connection now with Sonium L2 and Sony Group, with massive distribution channels and user touchpoint, we really can achieve this mission. It's still a long way to go. It's still a long path to go, but now we really can showcase what we can do with Web3 together with Sonium. And then another thing is Astar EVM will transition to Sonium L2. What does this mean is that Sonium L2 is built on the OP stack. Astar is built on the Polygon CDK stack. Those are not compatible. So it's not possible for us to just take one chain over another. The Sonium chose for the OP stack. It also doesn't make sense for Astar Foundation to hold a layer 2 while we see more value in another layer 2 that we can really bring the masses to, that follows our mission. So that's why we from Astar Foundation decided to have a transition period of Astar EVM into Sonium L2, where we will have everything slowly being transferred over to the Sonium ecosystem the moment mainnet is launched and during the testnet phase will coming up as well this quarter. And this is the first part of this mission. We also have a second part of our mission. This will be the Astar Evolution Phase 2. This will come later next year, and there will be more announcements coming out of this announcement from next in the coming months or next year. But I want to highlight here is that this phase comes with two phases. One is being starting today, and another one will start in 2025. So it's not just one thing; it's something that we want to emphasize here as well during this call. If you would go to the next slide, there you will see as well what will we be doing as well with this evolution. Is that we will have strategic initiatives to connect Astar Network closely with Sonium. This is mainly the responsibility from Astar Foundation. Now, as I said in the beginning, I'm already awake from 3 a.m. this night. We had this launch at 6 a.m. my time, and during 6 a.m. and now I got a lot of tons of messages of projects, of well-known projects in the Web3 space, asking about how can we take part of this mission to achieve this mission that Sonium has as well. And this is where I come into play as well, where I will talk with them. And this is where I will also make sure that the Astar token is coming into this conversation, because the Sonium L2 will have no token. It will be run on ETH, on Ethereum and ETH gas. So there has to be a community-driven asset, and this is where the Astar token comes in. That really can be one of the driven assets into that ecosystem, And this is what I'm pushing with those developers and projects. And this comes to the second bullet point regarding what's are the other benefits that we have, and it's already been said as well a couple of times, is the extensive reach that Sony can bring to this industry. Not only to this industry, but also to the Astar token. People coming to Sonium L2 will immediately see that there is one major driven asset, and this is something that from Astar Foundation really wants to push, should be Astar token. And beside of this, we will have a more expansion of our ecosystem with the L2 of Sonium, where we will have more high quality applications being built up, where the Astar itself can be of a high value. And we at this moment as well are talking with other liquid staking programs that will use Astar as well as a liquid staking token, and other DeFi protocols that will be very happy to list Astar in this super chain that OP will or that Sonium will connect us with as well. Thank you.
Yeah, in addition to that, I'm also receiving a lot of the messages from top projects across the globe and from top of the investors. And right now, we are getting 5K, 5,000, 6,000, even more access to our homepage, landing page in 1 minute, every minute. So our presence is getting bigger and bigger right now. So simply the recognition of the Astar is getting bigger and bigger, which is great things.
Yeah, and something I've seen, because I'm always thinking about the marketing and the growth on that side, is chats that aren't related, like anything from Sony, it's all Astar. I've seen lots of media outlet reach out to us even before the story broke. I see them that they could see Astar was related. And this has nothing to do with token pump. This has to do more with people know Astar. So it's a very good synergy here, right? Which is great. And people want to know more about it, which is why we're having this call. Yeah, thanks. The next bit, this would be for you, Sota. Just talk about what Sonium is. We can start with the tech, but I kind of have I have some other slides that we can go through, but it's more just what Sonium is, what's the mission, to introduce to the Star community, to know our partners.
Okay, so we received the investment from Sony Network Communication back in July or June last year. And Sony Network Communication is one of the subsidiary child company of Sony Group HQ. And we did not announce this. So right now, this is the new announcement. We transfer our share, started share from Sony Network Communication to Sony HQ, Sony Group. So our joint venture called Sony Block Solutions Lab is between Startel and Sony Group HQ. And our external director is Jun Watanabe, and he is literally leading all business at the Sony Group, such as exchanges, wallet, and NFT marketplace, and so on. So this collaboration is not new. So we have been working with Sony and Jun and their team for 1.5 years right now, under the mutual trust. And when it comes to Sonium, as Maarten said, we're gonna launch Ethereum Layer 2 powered by OP Stack and Superchain, and we are going to launch testnet in coming days. And we're gonna launch something new in coming days as well. So definitely, which is going, something which is going to excite Web3 community a lot. So we would like to work with a lot of the partners, not only Sony company subsidiaries, but also Web3 project and enterprises. And we are going to integrate Sonium into Superchain. So our chain is going to be interoperable with Base, WorldCoin, and so on. And one of the frequently asked questions is the relationship with Base, because Base is led by Coinbase, Sonium is led by Starter and Sony Group. So the concept is similar, but I don't see Base as a competitor. I see Base as a collaborator. Web3 space is just too small to compete. And our mission is the same, onboarding next billion user on chain. So together with ecosystem project, OP, Optimism Lab, Optimism Foundation, Base, WorldCoin, and these kind of the leading project, we would like to bring Web3 to the mass. And we would like to make a society where people are using blockchain and Web3 every day in their own lives, just like internet of today. And together with Sony, I think our project is literally have the largest user touchpoint, user base, potential user base. So we should leverage this opportunity to bring billion of the people on chain.
Yeah, thanks. It'd be great if we could kind of also discuss the, especially for the community call, everyone that's here, the main benefits that we have that we can expect by having this close relationship with Sonium. Maybe Maarten, you can do this.
Yes, sure. This slide consists out of two slides. One is regarding the benefits to the Astar community, and the other one is the benefits to the Astar ecosystem. First of all, for the community, you are now here as well, a witness of this new chain that is being launched in this industry. And as being an Astar holder, Astar supporter, you are one of the first mover advantage for this upcoming growth that we see. So this is one of the very great possibilities for all those who already are familiar with Astar. Another thing is that we will, and this is the mission from the Astar Foundation, to bring extra utility for the Astar token across high value dApps on Sonium, focusing on DeFi, SocialFi, and so on. Astar Foundation itself already is building out Astar initiatives to bring as well value to the current holders. And this comes to the last point here, that they're not potential, I can say, but we can say it like in text, but there will be rewards for the Astar holders and supporters. So we are preparing for this. So you just need to have time, and you will have a huge benefit by holding your Astar token. This is no financial advice, but I just wanted to give this to you because I know those are one of the questions that will be asked many times. So being an early adopter is one of the main thing. You are one of the early participants in this new chain. So spread the word and be proud of holding Astar, because holding it will bring a good value to you as well. In the second slide, it goes about the ecosystem. And this is how the Astar ecosystem itself can leverage this partnership. As we said as well before, we have access to a huge distribution network in the Web2 or just in the global industry, which Sony has. We can utilize this network as well to bring everything that we want to push out from Web3 to those channels. Another thing is that Sonium, the joint venture that is being built, Astar, that's part of Startail, we will have as well revenue coming in from Sonium. Different kind of revenue that is coming in from the SRC EVM sequencer that we had. This will be a much bigger pool that Startail can leverage, and a portion of this will as well be reinvested into the Astar ecosystem. Going forward to the development, going forward for the people that are working on the technology, and going forward as well to the ecosystems that are bringing value with this L1, L2 connection as well. And of course, expanding the reach and utility of Astar. Not going to say too much about this because it's already been said many times, but I just would like to highlight of everything that me and Sota already mentioned here during the call. A lot of things has been said before. A lot of things has been announced before, not only by us, but by tons of other projects out there in the space. But I just want everybody to just take 1 minute to just think about the impact of actually having a top 5 global enterprise launching something in Web3, not just launching a marketplace or an NFT, but really launching blockchain itself, how much value this will bring to this industry. This is just the beginning, but this is the first proof that what we said many times before are we actually bringing into reality. So testnet is coming very soon. Mainnet is already set in stone, but we can't say much about it because of restrictions. But the things are coming. So this is a huge thing that we are currently going towards to, and it's becoming more than just words. It's becoming real reality. So I think this is the end of this slide.
Go ahead.
One thing I would like to say is Astar Evolution has two phases. This is the most important things. And Astar phase 1 is all about the transition from Astar ZKEVM to Sonium, layer 2. And Astar Evolution phase 2 will be planned to be announced in FY25, the financial year 25. And for me, Astar is my home, and the community is my family. So we would like to go next chapter together with community.
Yeah, thanks. And something that I see that's unique is the alignment of missions. I think here I don't want to forget about Startail, which is bringing Web3 to billions. Aligns well with Astar's long mission, which is ours is connect you to Web3. We're actually talking to the community. So I've never seen alignment here, and now we have a plan to say it. Everyone says they were bringing Web3 to billions because this is what we need to do, and now there is actually a route to do that. I wanted to get rid of the slides for a second just to kind of ask, maybe we could discuss Sota and Maarten, especially you two, how you see the visions aligning between Astar and Sonium and Startail. I think that this would help everyone understand that. So where do you see the overlap
here? Maybe it is better to mute maybe G. I don't know, typing.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying now.
Oh, yeah, okay. So our mission, the mission of the Startail and the Astar is Web3 for billions, the mass adoption of the Web3, so which has been never changed, and it will be the same. And the mission of Sonium is to realize the open internet that transcends boundaries. And there are a lot of boundaries in a society, such as Web 2 versus Web 3, centralization and decentralization, crypto and the real society, digital and real, different mindset, different nationalities, different religions, and a lot. And we would like to make an open platform that connects the people, that transcends a lot of the boundaries. The platform that connects the people and unite the people, unite the community. So Sonium is not only a technical product, but also a philosophical product. And this is something we need in the industry right now, because tech should not be just a tech. And tech should not be a product or toy for a geek or rich people. So Web3 and the blockchain technology and our community have to be something meaningful for entire humanity. And this is something we would like to make. So I feel a lot of the responsibility, and we are doing this not only for ourselves, not just only for our self-profit, but also for the society. And I believe that we are on the right track to push this industry forward. Yeah, Maarten.
Yes, I think we already talked a little bit about the alignment that is already there for that mission of Astar Foundation. And at this point, we really can make this difference in this mission that we had or we have of making the Web3 connecting to you or connecting you to Web3, as you can see on G's background. This has been our new mission since the launch of our L2, and this is something that we still want to do and we still want to achieve. And we are in a place to achieve this as well. And this not only comes with the alignment of mission, it comes with the alignment of culture, it comes with the alignment of the team members, and the whole thing around the current thing that we are building out with Startail, Sonium, and Astar. The whole package is aligned. What does this mean is that the whole culture behind this mission is aligned as well in Sony Group, in our joint venture, in Astar, in Startail. Everybody is aligned on a culture side. Everybody is aligned on the team vision. Everybody is aligned on the mission that Startail wants to achieve. And that's something that makes this project like becoming reality, because everybody is behind this. Everybody is standing here, sharing and working their asses off to get this realized. And this is something unique and very great to see, and also very great to be part of. So I'm very happy to be here in Startail and working with those masterclass people that we have in the team, because it's all because of this team that can make everything as a reality. And this is something that I'm very glad to be part of. And this is not only the alignment of mission, but the alignment of all the other things: team, culture, passion, growth mindset, the integrity values that we carry. All those kind of things comes together, and it's a beautiful culture to work in. Let me end it like this. Thanks.
No, thanks, guys. I don't know how I can follow up with that. No, that's perfect. Something that I have seen is a surprise to me is Startail. Obviously, the culture goes well here, but with Sony, there's a lot of respect for what Astar has done and what they want to achieve, and respect for what Astar can do that Sony can't, based on the history and the experience. So not just alignment with culture, but I think that respect it's the first time that I've really seen this with like a well-known entity that everyone knows, Sony, and then something like Web3, which not everyone knows about Astar. So with this respect, I think we can achieve quite a bit together. I did see some questions here that are talking about where was it? I'll just bring them up because I think that'll be the next slide here. Is Astar ZK becoming Sony? And there's another one, which is, will we continue to develop L1 on Polkadot? So let me bring up the slides again, because we're going to address this. Maybe Maarten, you could talk about the Astar Evolution, like phase 1. What does transition process look like for Astar ZK?
Yes, so the transition process consists out of 3 stages. I define them as 3 stages. So the first stage, the first phase is started today, and will last until the end of September, beginning of October next month. So what will this phase be? Nothing really changed for community or for people who are using our network at this point. This is a time that Astar Foundation will strategic create incentive initiatives, and this will be released to the community, because a lot of those initiatives can't only come from me, it should be coming together with the consensus of the community. And this is something that I will start initiating after WebEx, after coming back from the WebEx event next week. This is where I will start from the team, not only with the members from the Astar Foundation, but also with the community members, like the OG members, coming in together and think about strategic incentives to really push the value towards Astar. We already have like a draft or an alignment out there, but it shouldn't only be done by me, it should be done by multiple people together thinking about the strategy. At the same time, with these initiatives, we will also launch a public timeline or a roadmap of Astar ZK sunset. When you hear sunset, this is indeed at the end a closure of the ZK EVM. And this will become the Sonium L2. At the end of September, beginning of October, we will also create a full project guidance and user guides. What does this mean is we are already in contact with all the projects out there in Astar EVM. They were informed in time. They are not coming out of the blue. They know that this is coming. They are already, I would say 90% of them are already preparing initiatives for their users to be supported and to help them guide with this process. So this is already in the pipeline. This will also come with a lot of more technical documentation for people who would like to migrate their NFTs by themselves. We will create user guides. We will create everything needed as well to make it as smooth as possible. By the end of September, everybody will know what will happen. This doesn't mean that it will start from that moment on when it comes to project migration or user guides to migrate to Sonium L2, because first of all, Sonium L2 needs to be launched on mainnet. The moment there is no Sonium L2 mainnet, there is nothing that those project or migrations can do. So this is will be a process along the way. Then we have phase 2. This will be optimizing SSC EVM operations. That will happen during the last quarter of this year. This is mainly adjusting chain parameters and closely monitoring of the network. What we mean with chain parameters, this is described as well in the blog that went out. This is making sure that the chain that holds value is as well as secured as possible. What does this mean is that we will make sure that there is no possibility to bring more liquidity on chain, while our purpose is to sunset and bring the liquidity out. So we will make some adjustments on that end. We will also make sure that users will be able to do all the features that they need, or all the operations that they need to be part of this transition period. And as well, more details about this will also be added in the public timeline that will go out together with the initiatives at the end of September. And then phase 3 is the gradual closure of SSC EVM. This is, we put here period 2025, because we will not close SSC EVM when there is still a lot of liquidity, when there's still a lot of usage. So this is where we make sure that we monitor and decide a clear timeline when we should gradually close this L2 SSC EVM and migrate everything over to the Sonium L2. Again, this evolution phase consists out of 2 phases. This is just phase 1, and this only involves the SSC EVM L2 side. This has nothing to do with the closure of Astar network. This has nothing to do with the closure or rebranding of the token. This is purely about the layer 2 and the Astar network itself, the layer 1 on Polkadot. Nothing will change on that end. Thank you.
I hope that answers some questions that were in the chat. I saw something by Orlando that was, will the Astar Sonium continue to use Polkadot? So I don't think we can say anything with Sonium right now. It is an L2 built on OP stack, but Astar certainly will, because we have that unique, well, one of the most unique protocols in Polkadot, which is dApp staking, a main driver for the entire ecosystem. Thanks there. Is there anything you wanted to add to this, Sota, on the transition process? I think Maarten covered it quite well.
Yeah, I think Maarten covered quite well.
Okay, good. I did want to, because this addresses exactly what Orlando asked, a roadmap for Astar network itself and where we're headed next. So Astar ZK-AVM, this will be transferring or making a transition to Sonium so that we can still build out that L2 even faster than before. But what's in store for Astar network, which is still built on that Polkadot backbone? Maarten, if you could do this.
Yes, here is the Astar network roadmap for 2024. I only listed 3 items. This doesn't mean those are the only 3 things that we will be working on. It's much more, but I just wanted to highlight those 3 because it's the most important one. One is the on-chain governance, as you may already know, or those who are active in our community and on our forum and in previous community calls and so on. The on-chain governance is currently being in a testnet. The current governance that we have in Astar Network will be changed this year to this new model. So feel free out to check out the forum to get like a more understanding of this, and feel free to play out on our testnet, which is currently already being built out. We are also in talk with other governance platforms familiar in the Polkadot ecosystem to support us with this integration. So it's something to look forward to. At least I will look forward to this as well. Then we also have the Polkadot SDK uplifts. What I mean with this is that we will constantly improve our Astar Layer 1, our Astar network, to make the network more responsive, capable of handling higher volumes of transactions, making sure it has the latest updates and implementations available. As you can see here, we listed some up. Async backing, very important to make our chain faster, going from 12 seconds to 6 seconds. We will have the core time testing, where we get rid of those crowd-owned and lease period for parachain, but can really utilize pay-as-you-go block space, which we all need and really need as well for the value of dot token. And then we also will be researching the new jam model that is being written by Gavin Woods to see how we can implement this as well in the Astar network. And of course, our main priority and still high priority as always, safety and emergency handling. So as you know, Astar network itself has never been compromised or downtown whatsoever. That has lasted more than an hour. Let me say it like this. We had one last year. Security and emergency handling has always been one of our highest priority, which we will still live up to by making some adjustments. And to come to this is also one of the reasons why we got this trust by building the Sonium L2 chain, is the power of the developers that we have in-house that can guarantee the safety and emergency handling, which also gave a lot of trust to the Sony group to build out this chain as well. So those are the three things that I wanted to highlight. There's much more. Every new update and every new upgrade will also be announced in the Astar community. It will be announced on our forum. So besides those three major ones, just follow the regular channels and you also will be updated on the more smaller ones that will be done this year as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. And build to earn. How far away is the next period for build to earn? Is it really 57 days away?
I made a screenshot yesterday, so 56.
Okay.
Yeah, you can mark on your calendar the 15th of October. It's the day when we are switching to the next period for dApp staking.
It'd be like an early birthday present for me.
Well, I added this slide here just to let people not forget about something that makes Astar Network unique. This is our dApp staking mechanism, or just say it, our staking mechanism. I think we have the most robust and most, I would say, most value when it comes to building out a staking mechanism that I can see in the current market situation or the current market sentiment. It's there for bear market, bull market, whatever sideways market, horizontal market. Our mechanism is built in a way to catch those market sentiments. And with the new tokenomics that has been released this year, this makes it even much more powerful and really robust. So this staking mechanism do not only provide value for the developers who bring value to the Astar ecosystem, but also for the stakers who are trusting certain projects to stake on them. But it can also guarantee you a value during those market sentiment, because it's a well-designed system. Check out our forum to learn more about this. The current APR is around 14%. The inflation is 4%. So there is like a reward for you that is over 9% or almost 9%, I would say 10% even. 10% at this moment that is unseen everywhere else. So check this out, be part of this. As you can see, it's 60 million millions worth of Astar being staked in this mechanism. Secure way will never leave your wallet. It will never go to any smart contract. It's really like a hardcore built-in system in Astar network, secured. you always have your funds at your disposal. So check it out. Don't forget about it. That's the only thing that I would like to say and emphasize here. Is anything else you would like to add, Chi? Because you are one of the most passionate people out there in the team when it comes to dApp staking. Is there something that you would like to highlight to the listeners here?
Yes, so you already share like a lot of good things about dApp staking, but what I really like, it's also the support that community can bring to the developers and the project that are like contributing to the growth and the value to the ecosystem. So I want to make sure that you guys decide carefully on which project you want to stake your token on, especially when we are moving toward the next period in October. So make sure like to support a really good project when you stake.
Yeah, thanks for that. And then something I did want to highlight. I know Maarten, you said it's 14% roughly, right? It goes up and down. Not financial advice, but getting if you're new to dApp staking, staking during the voting period will get that extra 7% bonus that you see here. So it's nearly 20% APR, which is quite high. Again, not financial advice, but if you want one of the best, if you hold a star, you should be staking. It's good for okay, yeah. I shouldn't say that, but yeah, if you hold a star, you should be staking. And take advantage of that bonus. I think that's it. I'll just bring you guys all up, and then G, if you have any questions, I know we answered quite a bit during the call, but if you have any questions that you want to address, please share them so that we can chat about them.
It's
Yes.
not a question, but make sure you follow Sonim account on X so that you can get the latest information. We're gonna have some of the announcement next week too.
Yeah, something I just did. I just changed the QR code at the top left of the screen. This will take you right to the Sonium account. So I had the Astar blog there earlier. But yeah, follow this. Just like Sota said, there'll be quite a bit of stuff on how Astar is involved. Go ahead, G.
So a lot of questions in the comment section are related to what will be like the governance token of Sonium Layer 2 and if like there is any Sony token. So can we clarify this point so everyone is aware of the official statement from us? Maarten, do you want to answer this?
I can deal. So basically, we are considering all options, but there is no native token on Sonium Layer 2. And yeah, this topic is pretty hard to answer.
No, I can answer because
Yeah.
because Sonium L2 is part of the super chain. This is something that we will also be part of the OP governance. We will be part of the OP collectives. Means that we will be part of the token house. We will be part of all the initiatives that are going out on the Optimism Foundation governance, and this is where we will participate as well from our governance side to be part of this. There is currently no governance itself on Sonium, but when it comes to technical governance, this is where we follow the OP rules and the code of conduct. So that's why we can't have our own technical governance, because everything goes to the OP governance when it comes to tweaking or adjusting certain code. This is where we can utilize this. But there will be governance system being built out for applications that are coming into Sonium L2. Those governance systems are more like project-owned governance systems, where we will as well support them as well from our side. I hope this answers a little bit regarding the question when it comes to governance, is that we will follow the code of conduct of the superchain or the OP collectives that is coming on us as well as being part of superchain.
Oh yeah, speaking about OP governance, we decided to join the super chain because we believe the power of the open source. And we don't free ride. We are not going to do free riding, but we contribute to the open source by giving back our sequence revenue to Optimism Treasury. So in this sense, we're gonna work very closely with OP Foundation Base and other super chains.
That gives us lots as well a lot of opportunities for builders who are building on top of Sonia because they can also apply to retro funding of the OP and be part of those treasury fundings from OP as well. Because a part of us, as Sota said, will go to this collective as support. Sorry, G.
I just want to add that the gas token for Sonium will be the Ethereum token. So that's for sure. And as Maarten already explained, we are pushing hard to have like use cases for the Astar token to bring value to the Astar token inside the Sonium ecosystem. But by being connected to the superchain, we will also push Astar token in the superchain ecosystem on other like optimism chains such as like optimism, Base, Zoa, etc. So yeah, the Astar ecosystem is our home. It's our focus. So we make sure like to bring as much value as we can for the Astar token inside the Sonium ecosystem. Okay, let's move on to next question. There is one which I really like, and that should be for Sota, if I can find it. So I think it was about something how yes, I found it. How Sony will migrate its Web2 users to Sonium? What's the plan to onboard like the next billion of users, especially like the Sonium user base?
Yeah, actually, I just posted on X, Twitter, and some of the idea I have been thinking of. One, the tokenized IP management platform for music and movie. So we are interested. Sony has a lot of the creators, like musicians, artists, movie IP, anime IP, and so on. So tokenized IP management platform that automatically distribute loyalty and revenue to users and the creators is pretty sounds interesting for me. And another one is DID. So I personally, deeply researching account abstraction and chain abstraction and these kind of the things. And in the future, ideally, a user can log in to Sonium with, let's say, passkey or the Web2 like password and so on. In the deep decentralized physical infrastructure is pretty promising, given Sony has a lot of the electronic goods. I'm using Sony's headphone and earphone, and I have a PlayStation 5 in my house, and there are a lot of the Sony's good over there in a society. And maybe full on-chain games and DeFi with real-world asset. So there are a lot of the possibilities we can do, but we have to unlock step by step. Because Sony is such a big company, but Sony is not a Web3 company. So we needed to unlock step by step. And we would like to make a lot of the creative use cases together with community and together with creative builders. Sonium is not the platform for Startel. Sonium is not the platform for Sony Group. Sonium is the platform for the community. So we would like to make this platform bigger together. We would like to go mainstream together.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Sota. For the next question, it's more related about Astar governance. So Maarten, maybe you can answer like when we'll be able to see the arrival of on-chain governance on Astar and Shiden. That's a really good one.
Okay. Well, there will be a difference. How can I say this? Astar and Shibuya testnet will have the same kind of governance system. Shiden is currently under a more of an experimental governance system that is being built out by Hoon Kim, our previous CTO. He's building this out together with Town Hall. So the governance that is happening on Scheiden is more like the Xperia one, which the chain is meant to be. This is part of the DAO initiative that is doing. Astar Foundation doesn't have much saying in this part. This is the Scheiden DAO initiative. But for the Astar itself, the on-chain governance, the arrival will be in Q4. We already have it available on testnet. We are now plugging it into the governance platform for the UI UX. The moment this is done, we can do extensive testing. And then the migration will happen as well towards the Astar network in this sense. Thank you.
For the most curious from the community, you can already test the governance on Shibuya on Polkadot.js. It's a bit like technical, but you can do it.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yes. There is a nice question for Sota. Is Sota Watanabe related to Jun Watanabe? Can you clarify, Sota? Are you part of the same family?
No. Watanabe is common name. Probably so many Watanabe-san in Japan.
Yeah, it's true. There is quite a lot of Watanabe.
Yeah, but I don't know whether I can say this or not. But from my personal perspective, there are a lot of the critical people at Sony, and some people Watanabe-san.
So now we
That
have
could be a good thing.
two Watanabe.
Yeah.
Now we have two Watanabe in the company. Other question is more related about like why did we decide or Sony decided to choose Optimism tech stack and especially to build a layer 2 on Ethereum instead of using like an existing layer 2 or the Polkadot tech stack. Who wants to answer about this?
Maybe Maarten?
Okay, I can answer this. Why going first to the layer 2? Let me just say, why is Sony going first to layer 2 and not going with a layer 1 with Polkadot Tech? What they really want to do in this first phase as well, from their point of view, is getting recognition, getting people to see, yes, Sony is going into Web3, and we all know that Web3 is a special place. So what they first want to do is get recognition in the Web3 space by doing these initiatives, by doing it on Ethereum, by doing it where communities are, by doing it where the projects are, doing it where the liquidity is, doing it where you have the most value for what you are going to launch. This is, of course, the layer 2 scene at this moment on Ethereum. That's why they chose this step first. They do not see this as an end game. They don't see layer 2 as an end game whatsoever. They have plans. But because of confidentiality, I'm not able to say this or talk about this as well. But this is not their end game, the layer 2. This is the first step for them, getting the recognition of Web3, getting as well the understanding of Web3, and then go to the next phase. So they are in here for the long term, for the long haul. You can't create a change for the masses just by doing now something on the OP stack. There needs to be much more than just an OP stack. This means being part of this open source ecosystem, contribute with the engineers, contribute with your values, contribute with your expertise to make this happen. So it's a long game. They are not here for the short game. They are here for the long game. So this first one, the L2, is for the getting the recognition first. Thank you. I think the next question is for Sota. No. Curious also why pick Ethereum layer 2 versus something like Solana. Solana is an L1. I don't think even you can have L2s on Solana. So you can't just build out a chain on Solana. Or you have to build an application on Solana. But Sony is not here to build application. Sony is here to build the infrastructure for the next generation of applications. So it's a different kind of approach.
Yeah, thank you very much for the great question. I think Ethereum is the largest ecosystem, and at this moment, OP stack is the most robust. and stable SDK to launch layer 2. So that's why we chose OP. And one of the things we would like to do is to work closely with Web3 top builders, infrastructure projects, dApps, and community. One of the things I have been always speaking with Sony is even Sony, such a global brand, if they take Web 2 approach or I would say selfish approach, we're gonna fail. So we have to avoid this. In Web 3, even Sony, maybe even in Google, even Microsoft, even Meta, they have to take the Web 3 approach at the first point. So that's why we decided to launch Ethereum Layer 2 to work closely with visionaries and great engineers.
Yes, correct. Just to clarify, it's not us who chose OP, it was Sony who chose OP because they did the due diligence of the chain. So we see the proven record of Base on the OP stack as well. So I think that's where they found the confidence. So looking forward for building further as well in this exciting ecosystem.
Thank you for answering the question. I think I just want to finish with one question, which is really interesting and more related to Startail. So maybe like Sota, you can answer. When will you make an official wallet for Astar and maybe for Sodium?
When will you make an official wallet? What is official wallet?
Official Astar wallet, official Sonium wallet. Is that like part of the plan of Startail, for example, our company, to have like our own native wallet?
Wallet mean wallet service. I
Yes.
thought it was like just my wallet or personal wallet also. Got it. So this is where Startail comes in. Sony Group and the Startail are making Sonium. But Startail is going to provide vertically integrated products from blockchain layer to application layer. So Startail is going to provide RPC from day one, and we are making blockchain API as well, and we are going to provide blockchain wallet for Astar and Sonium. So this is this is included in my plan for upcoming 3 years.
Okay, that's perfect answer. I think we don't have any more questions from the community. Thanks everyone for asking those great questions. I will leave the stage to Jerad.
Yeah. Thanks for the questions. The only thing I'll do here, after we wrap up the call, I'll put up a QR code for the Astar blog, and there'll also be a QR code at the top so that you can follow Sonium. What I do want to say about the Astar blog, this has all the details that we have here, but of course, read through it. There's an FAQ section that's prepared for more of the technical questions. And then also, of course, if you're new to the Astar ecosystem, there's links there to join the Discord. This is where we're all at anyways, where you can ask questions directly to us. And then if you're a Astar token holder, there's also all the links you need to start getting into Sonium, so you can prepare for what's next. Yeah, and that's about it. So before I put up that QR code, I'll leave it up for like a minute. Any closing words, guys? Maybe Sota, first you, some closing words from you.
Okay. As I said, Astar is my home and the community is my family. And even, we are working with Sony Group, we definitely share Web3 native approach. So community is the king. Startail is not king. Sony is not going to be the king. Community is the king. So we would like to make a meaningful product together with community to improve society beyond the status quo. So yeah, I'm really excited to kick off this project. I think today's announcement was successful, but it is day one right now. So we have to work even harder. Let's take a rest a little bit. Yeah, I cannot take a rest this weekend, but maybe next weekend. And then let's work even harder to
So
achieve our mission.
you're not going to play
Yeah.
PlayStation 5 this weekend.
Yeah, I cannot. New game just released for the Wukong, like Chinese game, which I would like to try. Yeah. But I cannot.
Maybe next weekend. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maarten, anything from you?
Yes, let me airdrop my last comments to close out this community call. I do see some speculation in some of the in the troll box that are on different kind of channels. But what I can say from Astar Foundation point of view, what we will do is in this first phase of this Astar Evolution is that we will leverage Sonium L2 to not only expand the Astar ecosystem, but really increase the value and utility of Astar. So is that if people are saying what is coming for Astar token or Astar holders or Astar network in general, this is the moment where Astar can really leverage a very big ecosystem that is coming up, not only increasing the value of Astar in that ecosystem, but bringing also more utility, because we have a unique point or a unique position where we can really bring Astar into that ecosystem and make that value, because we are in a special position when it comes to Astar network and the Sonium L2 development. Another thing that I would like to highlight, we are here to drive the mass adoption of Web3, and now with Sony's extensive reach to users and distribution channels, we are as well in this unique position to really utilize them as well. And to close down this call from my end, I want us to have a special thanks to the Astar community, not only for the Astar holders, but also for the Astar supporters. When I say supporters, those who are building on top of us, those who are tweeting about us, those who are caring about the project, those who are much more than just a holder. So I see them as a real supporter, as a real agent. But I also want to say thank to the holders for trusting us, for bringing value to our token, bringing value to our ecosystem. So thanks 100 times for all the support, and I hope we can still count on your support for many, many years, because Astar Foundation will keep going for many, many years to drive up the value of this token into multiple missions that we have, including bringing this technology to the masses. Thank you.
Well, on my side, I don't have anything else to say in terms of community, because Maarten and Sota said already all of it. But I just want to share a message, especially like toward our Asian communities, Japanese and Korean. So we will be in WebEx next week in Tokyo, and also KW in Korea, and especially like Token 2049 in Singapore. So if you want to meet us, meet the team, that would be a pleasure for us as well, also to get to know you, discuss about Astar, and yeah. So let's meet.
All right. Thank you, guys. I'll put up the QR code. It was a great community call. Thanks, everyone, for showing up.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
And
bye. Thank you very much. GM, go mainstream.
GM.
Bye.